for that notification. What's up, everybody? Let's make some ribs. We're gonna smoke them. It's gonna be America. Those are not quiet. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So we got a couple. I like Kinders. Use whatever you want. So this one's their wood-fired garlic. I think this is good. And then we got brown sugar. Super simple. Okay, very, very easy. Obviously, stay hydrated. Let's see. Watch this. There you go. It broke it. That sucks. What else do I have? Oh, I could do the one where you like with the knife or something, but I'm a little worried I'll break it. Anyways. So yeah, at this point you want the smoker going, get the smoke moving. Still trying to figure out how I'm gonna open my beer. This one's gonna hurt. There we go. Salud, everybody. Let me grab my long cap. Anyways, so what we're gonna do now, just get your knife. Open these up. I'd like to open these without scoring the meat, the ribs at all. Ugh. There we go. And if you open these right, what you'll be able to do is basically use this as your prep area if you do a good enough job. Okay, so these right here, these are baby backs. So if you didn't know, on the back, the inside, right? So this is the exterior of the meat. This is the inside, right? There's a membrane in here. I should be able to show it to you. It's hard to do it while I'm holding them. Give me 1 second. Let me set them down. It's a lot easier when you're laying them down. So, this is what the membrane looks like right here, right? So you want to get this guy off. So it's not that difficult. You should be able to just peel it right off. Get your finger underneath. I like to use where the meat is, not over the bone. Try to work your finger underneath, and then boom, pull it all off in one go. We'll do that for our next one. And that's another reason why when you're cutting them open, you don't want to score it. Because if you score the membrane, it's going to make it harder for you to peel it off. That makes sense. All right. And there's your second membrane, just like that, super easy. So basically, all you're doing with removing the membrane is making this more palatable. The membrane is like gonna keep everything together, and you want your ribs to be nice and like fall apart, not real chewy. You know what I'm saying? Cool. When you're cooking, you always want to use temperature probes, because if you don't, you're really only guessing that they're cooked. So yeah, you want to use a temperature probe wherever possible. So for these, what I'll be doing is like right here in this nice meaty area. Just like that. That's all we're doing. Super simple. Same thing on this side. You got all this nice meat right here. This is where you're gonna put your other probe. Again, you're just running it into the meat. Nothing crazy, right? Then you're gonna take your seasoning. You want a healthy coat of this. No dry spots, okay? None. You want to rub the seasoning into the meat. A lot of people like to use binder and stuff like that. I don't, and I've never had to. These are always a crowd favorite. So, and the next thing, you use your brown sugar. I just play it by ear. There's no measurements, no nothing. I just do it by feeling. So I'll break a bunch of these chunks up, rub the brown sugar into here. And again, whatever rub you like. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. So one of my buddies, when he was teaching me, he used to do garlic salt. I've since moved away from putting garlic salt, just because I feel like I have a good rib rub that doesn't need anything extra, if that makes any kind of sense. But the point is that there's not really one right way to do it. Like, you can just do what you think is best, have fun with it, try different stuff. Keep changing. If you don't like something, change it. And eventually you'll find a recipe that works really well for you, that you really like. Again, so brown sugar all on the back. Got a chunk of seasoning. We'll just break that up in our hands. And we're just, again, you want to coat these things. You want them covered in seasoning. You don't want any dry spots. Cover both sides, even the edges where the ribs go. You want nothing to be bare. And this is why you want the workstation, because you can pick up the seasoning and stuff that's fallen down, like right here in my hand, and just rub it all over this meat. And this is what you're looking for right here. No dry spots. Everything is covered in wet, beautiful, delicious seasoning. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna throw it in the smoker now. You got the first one in the smoker, keep working on your second one. Again, just no dry spots. I know you can tell by my skin color, you might think my food's under-seasoned. Not here. We don't season like white people here. La carne necesita sazón, necesita sabor. ¿Me entiende? So again, like, all you're doing is just trying to get as much of this seasoning to stick to this meat as possible. That's all we're working towards, right? Boom. Look, I wear gloves because look how dirty you get. But that's how you make good meat right there. All right? All right, I'm gonna take these off. Show you guys what's going on inside the smoker. But first we hydrate. All right, let me see if I can figure out how to flip this camera around. Okay, there we go. All right, so all we're set here. So we're gonna set to smoke, all right? So 180 to 200. I'm gonna throw these at 200 because I'm actually behind the 8-ball a little bit. But there's your meat, ribs. For ribs, I put them on the top rack. I try to put all my meat on the top rack. The bottom rack usually gets a lot hotter. Depending on your setup, mine is just probes go here. And then I'll check on the app for the internal temperature, but you can see right there, we're at 50 degrees. So the conventional wisdom for smoking meat is right around like 4 to 6 hours. Anytime after that, you're not really putting smoke into the meat, and that flavor is not going to penetrate into the meat anymore. So I'm going to let these go for about 4 hours, and then I'll get back on maybe later and do another live so that you guys can see how to boat your ribs. We're going to probably use a foil tin. And basically what we're going to do is fill it with some nice apple juice and more brown sugar, more seasoning, and we're going to basically broil, not broil. Gosh, I can't think of the technical cooking term for it. But basically we're cooking it inside of the juice. So as the temperature increases, because we're doing a real low smoke, right? Only a couple hundred degrees. Between 180 and 200 is kind of where we're at. So when you're increasing the temperature inside of the juices, what's going to happen is all the meat is going to break down. Your fat, your flavor, all of that is going to get into the juice, and then it's going to pick it all back up. And that's how you make it. It's braising, by the way, braising. So we're gonna braise the ribs inside of apple juice, brown sugar, and the seasoning that we used. That's how you get really nice tender ribs. So anyways, that's gonna be it. We got the ribs on the smoker there. And remember, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. Stay salty. Deuces.